GingerGM.
Hello, and I'm going to play some Blitz. I obviously try to do various things with the videos. I've got loads I want to do. I want to play some more long play games. If you're missing the long play games, if you look at my stream videos, then I am actually doing them in the stream videos. I'd also like to say, by the time you're watching this, because I'm actually going to schedule in for tomorrow, I'll be flying over to Iowa. Iowa is my first trip to the States, and I'm doing chess lectures over there in Iowa for Bob Long and Thinkers Press. So check out some of their books, and should be a lot of fun. Don't know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend for me. So I think I'm going to just dive in for some 3-minute chess. I haven't played for, well, I played a bit the other day. I was doing all right, but let's just see. Let's just have some fun today. Some random chaos, not too serious. Just play some chess. Some chess. Just play some chess. So I'm going to search for a game now. Now, other things I like to just mention going on. I was made aware of the latest Ben Feingold saga. It's like the Icelandic sagas, but with Ben Feingold. No, not quite like the Icelandic sagas. And obviously, this is an ongoing thing that's going to happen until we play in October. And I saw in his last video, he mentioned how he was doing me a massive favour by challenging me to this match and getting me a very big payday. Because, and he said, and all the fame and stuff, I should be thanking him for that, for all the favours he's doing me. Yeah, well, I don't think I'd even need to comment on that one, except to say, as soon as I heard that, I think the best thing to do, and what I'm going to do, just to prove it's not about the money, is to donate all the money that I get from the match, because it is being sponsored by chess.com and by another private sponsor. So it's maybe something like $1,500 to $2,000 up for grabs to the winner. And I'm going to donate that to all the money to charities. So I don't know, give me your suggestions of charities. I was thinking, maybe some diabetes charity in honour of no, I'll be quiet, don't be rude. I was thinking like some pet, cat protection. I quite like cats. Maybe a dog company, something like that, potentially. But there's so many good charities out there. It really is so hard to pick one that I should go for. I mean, there's so many, but I think we'll do that. And obviously, if you guys want to also donate during that, then like I say, everything will be going to a charity, so it's not going to go to my pockets. It will hopefully, it will go to a good cause. Right, okay, so I'm thinking about this. I'm playing someone very strong, Russian Grandmaster, with what seems to be a very high rating, probably higher than I've ever been, and I'm playing an opening I'm not very sure about. We all know what I'm like in the first game, so I'm just going to try and get my king castle, because that's what you're supposed to do in this game, isn't it? And my opponent's played quite a good line against the opening, which I often play to try and trick people out. He's played a good little variation, and I'm just thinking the best way for me to put my pieces. Well, I don't want a bishop coming to g5, and I've given myself this square so my bishop can drop back. I'm wondering if he can go maybe d6 here. That would be quite interesting, trying to trap my bishop. But he's not going to do that. He's playing in a more traditional manner. And I need to think how I'm going to get my knight. My knight seems to be best there. So I'm just going to play here, d6, knight d7, because it's an easy plan to play quickly. And that's what we need to do in Blitz, just to, before I try to do anything, get all my pieces developed. And this knight will hopefully either come to this square or this square. And so Petrovich, and I don't know, who is this guy? I mean, well, Petrovich, I guess. There's so many strong players from the Russian region. It's kind of, flabbergasting how many. I'm stopping a piece coming there with that move. It's flabbergasting just how many good players there are. It really is. It really is. Okay, so can I take this pawn? If I don't do something a little bit drastic, I feel I'm going to get in trouble because he has knight c6. So I feel I need to take a risk here. So I'm going to grab that pawn, even though I'm sure my opponent does have great compensation, as he has proven here. Now, obviously, I've got to move my bishop, then he'll take here. So should I just move back and try to keep things as secure as I can? And his pieces look a lot more active than mine. I won't be repeating this opening, but I still think I'm fairly solid here. So my opponent has gone in and grabbed a pawn, and that was one of the worries. And I need to try and create some counterplay. I do not want a knight landing on that square. Why don't I go queen g5? Queen g5 was a much more sensible move, because then I was threatening mate as well. But hindsight is a beautiful thing. And now maybe I've managed to equalize in this position, because my position, I could swap the queens off. I could go here, then bishop f3, though queen here. Do I want to swap queens off? I think I want to probably keep the queens on the board, because if I swap the queens off, it gives him a very easy game. But let's just try to finish my development first, and there you go. Okay, I've got my pieces developed, and I'm feeling a lot happier now. Now, again, maybe swapping queens is okay, but it's not something I'm particularly in a rush to do. Can I move my... No, okay, let's keep the queens on. Let's keep the queens on. It keeps the position a bit more dynamic. I've got ideas of throwing Harry, and I've got ideas of knight here. But maybe first, knight here, I get hit by that, do I? Okay. This knight's in the way, because otherwise this would be strong. So maybe let's take this one first and try knight e5. That looks like a decent way to play. So he's going to go here, so he's got f4 of knight e5. And now my rook will maneuver. Okay, I've got to speed up. The thing with these guys is they play very, very fast, and they don't play bad moves. So even if you get a totally okay position, as I'm assuming this could well be, there's a bit of pressure against the clock. And of course, if I can swap queens and double his pawns, my position is not so bad. But I of course, missed that little cheeky tactic my opponent's played. Okay, so now I'm going to struggle a bit in this ending, but we will keep playing quick. And okay, so he's going for a pure ending. I'm a bit happier he went for that. I thought he should have kept both the bishops on the board, but he's just trying to mate me. What a cheeky guy. And he's got bishop there, check. Ah, nasty. Okay, now we'll call that one a warm-up game, shall we? Shall we call that one a warm-up game? Does he want to play again? I hope so. I don't like people who just play one game. You've got to give him a chance. So who is it? It's Petra Kiriakov. I played this guy in Hastings. He actually looks like he lives in America, 26-24 rating. And he's done a runner. Oh, come on. Don't do a runner on me. Oh, he's done a runner. Oh, that's annoying. Well, we're going to have to try and find someone else to play. I expect I was doing all right in that game, but I got a little bit... I was always a little bit on the back foot, I felt. I mean, let's have a look. Maybe somewhere around here I could have done better. Okay, we're in with a new game. So let's play, I think, H. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. There's no doubt about it. Harry needs to be pushed. And look at him. Look at him. It's, my philosophy, as you may or may well not know, if you don't know it by now, where the hell have you been all your life? Is when they go g6, you push Harry up the board, as Garry Kasparov played recently. And if Gary can play it, well, there you go. It cannot be a bad idea. I want to stop my opponent's ideas, hence a4. I'm going to leave my pawn here for now, because I want possibilities of either going h6 or if he castles taking on g6. There's no point committing that one straight away. Now, do I even try to keep the pieces on the board? This is a much riskier way. I could have swapped off. This is a much riskier way to play, but my long-term plan... Okay, he's done this. Interesting. I like the idea of trying h6, but... just to put a little bit of okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to just sacrifice a pawn to discombobulate my opponent a little bit, because I love the word discombobulate. But how am I going to move that knight? can I move that knight? Not easily. So I'm going to just now decide to get rid of this one. I mean, otherwise my knight might try to float into f5. I don't think the pawn's that relevant here because I'm arguing the open H file is more important than the pawn. So it will remain to be seen. So what I think I'm now, unless I don't see a problem with this, going to take that one. Why not? And my opponent may be trying to get some counterplay. Well, he's just trying to consolidate this square. But the thing is, now I've got rid of g5, he always has to worry about f4. And in these types of structures, this square here is often key. Whoever controls that square can have the advantage. And now he doesn't have a g-pawn. I think I'm going to come forwards. The other plan is just to go here first, give myself possibilities of just holding up b5. If he plays b5, I take on, pass on. Now, very interesting move he's played there. So I should be trying some plan with b4 at some point, but then his bishop is very good. Do I go? Let's go knight here. Okay. Okay, it's dropping a pawn there. But I wasn't so worried about that. I wanted to get my knight in there. Getting the two bishops. And again, I think I'm still going to have to play f4. But this bishop probably needs to blunt it out. So I'm just thinking of numerous plans here. So I'm going to play a bit positional. c3 first. If he takes here, I'll take with a queen, of course. Gives myself a nice hold on this central square. And positionally speaking, I'm doing quite well here. But that's positionally speaking. So it must be time to castle. Again, I'm really not concerned about him grabbing this measly pawn over here. Very slow attacking plan my opponent's coming up with now. So how can we punish him? Here takes b. Okay, let's go for the attack. Let's go for the attack. I've castled. Opposite side castling. It's whoever gets the attack in first has the initiative. So this is clearly the right way to play. If he takes on c3, I can start throwing my pawns forwards. His last move was a very slow plan. Pretty irrelevant, that move, because okay, now other moves I can take here as well and give a check, but I can take here and take with a queen as well. That's quite interesting, opening up. Or I've got this move. They're both very tempting. This probably makes more logical sense, doesn't it? Let's go here, and now this position should be good for me. It really should be. Now, rook here is one idea. I've got check, bishop here, but then he gets the queens off. And again, that's not part of my plan. Rook c4, very tempting move, but must be something. Well, what about I just get a piece into the game that's not doing anything? Let's do that. Let's play very logical. And I'm hoping I'm going to get some tactic hitting on a6 here. Maybe bishop a6 is becoming a threat in this position. Otherwise, what do I have to be careful of? Well, I want to go rook b6 to really ramp up the pressure, but I'm a little bit concerned about my back rank. Should I be? Maybe not. Okay, that looks very risky play from my opponent. Now here, can I cover that? I'm going to go in, I think, rook b6, or rook c4 is also option. This rook's not doing anything. Let's get that in the game. I've got to play quick again. Time is my major concern. I'm hoping he's now using Harry against me. Cheeky so-and-so. Okay, right. Let's just play quick. Bishop a6 is the one move I'm trying to play. The one move I want to get in. My position should be good, but time, again, is not on my side. Other ideas, e5. Get my bishop to this beautiful diagonal. I'm going to do that quickly because my bishop looks like it's going to be fantastically placed there. And also, that gives my king a little bit of extra protection if need be. So let's put it there. I'm increasing the pressure. My one main idea is rook b6, and then things are really heating up for my opponent here. And I must be threatening rook takes c6 here, among other things. Okay, so do we have a tactical blast here? I think this has to be played, but then he has a check here. Let's get rid of... Oh, no, he's got a check on this square. Am I worried about that? My bishop defends everything. Should just about be okay. Now he's in serious trouble because of boom! Oh, look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Look at that bishop. That's the way you do it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So, okay, well, that seemed to be all right. And again, I hope my opponent's not doing a runner. He doesn't want to play again. What is wrong with these guys? They don't want to play again. They've had enough. So I'm getting my Mojo Blitz back, and you can see that's a nice little checkmatey in there. But it seemed like I always had initiative there with my pieces flooding into his position. And we will see if we can get another game going. I love the chat sometimes, you know, when you play a game. Let me just share it with you. I mean, most people are quite nice, but then you know, you have some people who do also say the odd bad thing, and I like that. Simon can beat weaker players. Well, I mean, I was playing a 24-48 there. I mean, if you're higher than that, maybe I'll let you say that, but I'll be surprising. And I mean, the thing is, my rating at long play is quite low now because I have faced a lot of cheats. But you know, playing blitz is basically, it's just kind of a lot of fun, isn't it? You know, and obviously my my next aim is to try and get my rating up to 2600 where it was before. And we'll see that in anticipation for the match against Ben, where, you know, it'll be an interesting little grudge match, as I say. It doesn't look like there's many people who want to play me at the moment. As soon as I play one game, my opponent's doing a runner. And the first, I mean, that would have been great to get more games against the first guy there, because he had a good little rating, didn't he? And it's a pity. And let's just have a look, see who is on the list of players while we wait for a game. Okay, so there is the list of current players online at the moment, and Petrovic, who I just played, he doesn't want to play anymore. I see. Okay, we got a game, so we got another very juicy rating here, and this time I'm going to stick with a more traditional Dutch, and I'm going to try to play the first part of the game quite quickly. One thing I'm going to need to practice clearly is my 1 minute skills, because my 1 minute skills in the past have been pretty appalling. So I'm going to need to definitely improve my 1 minute skills. So far, again, we're just following one of the main lines of the Dutch that I have played most of my life. And I'm just thinking I should have probably bishop f4 is a little bit rare, but I should have probably gone queen e7 in order to go g5, or maybe even g5 straight away was more tempting. But let's just see if this aggressive plan with g5 will still work. I mean, you don't normally play this unless you've got control of the center, but we'll just try something a little bit different. And now get some pieces out. So I don't know, it's a unique position, and if you want to learn more about this opening, also you can buy the DVD. So what is this position going to be like? Well, I have a very bad piece here, but you know, this is a bad piece compared to that. So this is one issue, these two pieces here. But if we ignore them, I do have some potential on the king side, and there is maybe a threat bishop b4 here, so my opponent's stopping that. So is this really working over here, f4? I mean, I'd love to solve the issue of this first, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. So maybe I just have to come over here and hope something is generated. Okay, so now my opponent's played very naturally, and if I take, well, if I go here, that's interesting. Can I go bishop b4? Takes, bishop takes. And I'm going to try this one. Let's give it a go. Let's just see what happens. Again, probably the most interesting possibility. And I can flick in a pawn takes pawn when I have a little bit of pressure against these two guys. And if he takes on b7, I go bishop takes b7. And again, if I can ever swap my bishop off for that bishop, that is a dream come true, because I get rid of this pile of rubbish for his good bishop. And one thing I'd like to do now is take here, and I think I will take here, because b6, it always allows this annoying pawn on c6, so I think I'm going to keep things a little bit more open here. And now my opponent is keeping his rook. Fair enough. So I've got f3 ideas. Maybe I just move. I can't move this bishop in because he's got this square. My bishop is still a bad piece. What about a5? Because I'm hitting this one. Very complex move there. And I could even go bishop a6, allowing him to take here with some ideas of gaining an attack. Bishop c5 is another good move, aiming for this one. Let's get that bishop to a better square. I like that. I'm going to aim all my pieces at my opponent's king. Maybe even bishop takes f2 is a tactical threat that's on the horizon here. Some bishop takes f2 move, followed by pawn takes pawn, then he goes king takes. Do I have a checkmate there? His rook stops queen f4, h4. So he has to play something like this. And okay, so very weird, and should we say wonderful position here. I think I'm just going to take here. Let's just play this. Okay, I've got to move a little bit quicker. Now my opponent's going for some exchanges here, so he is consolidating his position reasonably well, isn't he? Now, how can I cause him some issues here? Got to move a bit quicker. Well, okay, I've got to take this one off. Maybe my king is just a little bit too... It's my king that's turned out to be weak here, actually, unfortunately. And, of course, my time is very bad. Okay, let's just play quick. Less commentary. I'm doing this because I'm hitting here, but I've fallen for this one, have I? I thought I had some ideas here, but maybe check here. Maybe it's nothing. And there's no petrol. Oh, his rook's just defending it. There's nothing. Okay, fair enough. Let's try again. And please give me a rematch. Okay, good. Well, at least he's giving me a rematch now. So white pieces. It's a pity. I'll try that opening again. I play that a little bit funnily with the queen on e8. Normally you put the queen on e8 in the Dutch, but I've got a feeling in that particular variation my queen should have gone to e7 because it would have protected some more squares. Now this is another Marshall Gambit. I mean, there's so many Marshall Gambits around. I don't know the theory, I have to say, of this line. It's one of those ones which it helps certainly to have researched a bit beforehand, but you generally figure that your bishop's very good. That is one of the main ideas. Now c5 he takes. Do I push h3 or do we just go b4? Let's go b4. I need to, even if it costs me another pawn over here to open up the position, this seems like a natural way to try to attack him. And I mean, h3 doesn't even have to take on f3. He can move his bishop, so h3 is kind of maybe not a move. I mean, rook e1 as well. Rook e1 looks like a totally sensible move to play, because then I'm threatening to move my knight. Okay, so knight here. Now I got c5. I got b4 as well. b4, he will come in here with the knight. I think I'm just going to play rook e1 now. And the point is, if he ever attacks my bishop like knight e8, at least I have c5 then, and I don't lose a piece at least. But I've got other tactical ideas now involving my knight moving. So I've got to consider knight e8, knight takes e5, gets very complex then. Very complex then. Bishop takes here, rook takes here, rook takes here, queen takes here, knight takes, rook takes. Okay, very complex calculations there. So I think I'm going to worry about that if he plays it rather than try to work it out now. So knight here. What else do I have? Okay, well, he's grabbing this pawn, and that's something I wasn't too concerned about. So I mean, maybe I should have been, but I have my queen coming over here. I have c5 now first. Is his knight coming here? I've got a knight move. I've got lots of options. Now knight takes here. Allows him to exchange queens. I kind of feel queen here, rook takes here, queen takes here. Gives me some initiative. So let's just play that one quickly. Unfortunately, I lose this quite annoying bishop I have. But I'm 2 pawns down. But I do have this open b file. And I've still got some pieces which are going to frustrate him. And I'm always looking at some knight jump. Always looking at some knight g5. Maybe I should have gone knight g5 last move. But then he moves his queen g6. And I couldn't see a follow-up there. So this move makes more sense. And I think he should take on d6 here. Is he really considering knight c2? Knight c2 looks so risky. He's played knight c2, which amazes me. I just feel that cannot be a good idea. But maybe it is. So if I take here, then I have, let's do that. Let's take here first. Wow, there should be other options here. Let's just consider, spend a moment here. I've got knight g5, queen g6. Should be something strong here. You can sometimes feel it in the position. And then takes. Okay, do I want to do that or do I want to keep it? I mean, I'm just going to take here. Let's do this. Very unclear position. Very, very murky again. And now I need a good move here. Maybe I should have gone bishop d1 last move. Why didn't I do that? That was maybe making more sense. So rook b1, trying to continue an attack. And let's do this one. Now I'm considering check and taking here. And also queen takes b7. So this looks like entirely natural move. Yeah, I'm piecing a pawn down, but in this position, that's not the most important thing. Rook d7, I can take there. So he's taken here. Now this should be very bad. So can I not win his queen? Check here. Knight g5, winning his queen. Is there something stronger? Take. No, let's do that. Oh no, because then he comes here and I don't quite win his queen, do I? God, I've got to be quick. Got to be quick here. That's much too slow, that last move. And this is completely chaotic, isn't it? What is happening after knight here? Trying to attack this one. Oof. Absolutely crazy position. Maybe he can give his queen back now, but then do I have takes here? No, because he runs away with his king. And I don't have a good follow-up. So I think he should be considering some move like here, unless there's another option. Maybe queen g6 is still surviving for him. But then I'll get rid of his bishop. That bishop's quite handy because it defends some squares. And in this incredibly complex position, he is taking a lot of time. Now, and I can understand why. What is this? What is this position? He's got me. I missed that little move there and it's mate. Dear. Well, that could have gone either way. That was a very exciting game there. Very exciting game. But I can't let myself a little bit down with those tactics. Still not as sharp as I want to be. Okay, so let's see if we can avoid a whitewash against this guy. But we're getting some interesting games. So I'm going to do that same line again. But this time, maybe I'm going to throw in an a5 here. I think I might play an a5 just to play a slightly different variation. This is a line that I used to play very regularly. Just to try something slightly different. And now as soon as the queen goes there, the knight comes here with this kind of idea. He seems to really like moving his bishop to that square. So now I've got the knight, I'm just going to go for, well, a unique idea, maybe with f4 on the cards. Okay, so he doesn't even seem to care about me taking that. Well, I think logically this has to be the main test. And now let's try to get my pieces over towards his king. And my knight wants to also travel towards his king. Let's just throw everything over that direction. Okay, a little bit of an annoying move he's found there. I have to play that, which is a little bit uncomfortable for me. And maybe I can get c6 in, but then his rook opens up. Again, e5 is a normal move you want to play here, but maybe not working so well in this particular position. Okay, what is that? What a crazy move from my opponent. Now, very imaginative move. So takes, pawn takes here, takes, knight takes here. I've got to play it. Oh no, because he's got bishop d5. I missed bishop d5. Ooh, bishop d5. So I have to go this way. That's annoying. Oh, I missed that one, I have to say. And now, are my pieces getting enough energy for me to start an attack? Let's see. So I'm just going to throw, like I said before, everything towards his king. Maybe not quite enough energy here, but still, his king's a little bit open because he's moved his pawn on g3. Flip a duck. Flip a duck. Flip a duck. What is happening? Why are we flipping ducks when we can be fucking ducks? I don't know. Poor ducks. Maybe I should give the money to a duck charity. That sounds like a very good idea. Does anyone know any good duck charities about? I think I should be seriously considering giving the money from the Ben Feingold match to a duck charity, don't we all? Yes, that sounds like where it should go. If anyone can find a good duck charity, then please let me know. Okay, so this is quite a weird attack I'm trying to pull off here. Well, I'm going to take that one first. I'm relying on this knight. I was thinking of e4 there in that last position, and well, this is just I really don't know if this is good enough or not, but it seems to be very interesting to me. Going to cut his bishop off, and it kind of feels maybe I need one more piece attacking him. But with knight e2 and queen f3 mate ideas, I'm getting some interesting games against this guy. So this is good. You know, it's nice to play someone who's willing to enter into complications as well. Does my opponent have to take on e4 at some point? Maybe bishop takes here, just to try to get his queen around to defend. And then, I don't know, maybe I haven't got enough there. Or does he go bishop takes here straight away? I mean, the move I want to play, I want to get bishop d6 in here. So I think he's going to go for that, and that's a little bit annoying. But can I flick in a knight takes e2 now? Knight takes e2. Well, I'd be rude not to, wouldn't I? Then he takes here. Okay. Come on. Is there not anything strong here? Again, this is where I've been letting myself down. Just these finishing, you know, finding the right moves in these positions like this. Knight takes e2. Bishop takes e4. Pawn takes, queen takes. Don't like it so much. So knight takes here. This is annoying, his counter sacrifice here. This is very annoying. Annoying thing to face. I don't know if I truly believe this one, because again, he's got so many pawns when he gives this up, and his queen helps him defend then. I mean, it's still very, very unclear, because my two pieces are quite strong. But I really think he should go bishop takes e4 here. Otherwise, my attack keeps going. So he's still rolling the dice a little bit. And where do I put my bishop? Okay, I'm going to play quick. I'm just going to defend these two squares. And I want to try to get my bishop to e5 now. Because I'm trying to obviously hit this square as much as I can. And now bishop e5. Okay, I'm going to play it quick. Bishop e5 quick. And I just need to move my knight, and then I'll be mating him on this square. So now take here. Boom! They're coming. Okay, he's found the only defense. So now I can check him here, get some material back. Let's do that one. And let's take that one quickly. Threatening knight e3. So I'll just keep it all calm. And I've got my material back. This should be good. Just don't throw it away now. Do not throw the position away, Simon. Do not throw it away. So, okay. Let's just make sure I don't blunder. I want to use Freddy. Come on, let's just use him. My opponent very short of time. I'm going to keep attacking him. This must be the best strategy, trying to come in. And am I really not mating? I am queening though, sir. And that is strong. Good stuff. Freddy, the F-pawn, was a hero. Absolute hero there. Okay, we're going to go to e4 now. And I'm going to play this little wing gambit, because my opponent seems to be quite a traditional player. And sometimes, you know, when you play a couple of games against these type of players, you kind of, you get an idea what might and might not work. And I think I like the idea of trying to get my opponent out of theory quite early on, just get into a unique position where he's going to have to think for himself at an early stage. So this little a3 and b4 wing gambit is, whoa, that's a tactic I missed. Nice spot from my opponent. Wow, that was a very nice tactic. Okay, I'm going to call it a gambit. It's not very good. Oh my words, what a tactic. He completely threw me there. All credit to him. That was a nice tactic. Okay, and now I'm in serious trouble. Bishop takes f2. I totally missed that one. And well, I fell straight into that, didn't I? I mean, what can I say about that? And now I'm obviously struggling for my survival, should we say, here. And that was a nice tactic. That was a nice early tactic my opponent pulled off. Okay, we won't give up yet, because my king is very active. It's ready for the ending. And it's only a couple of pawns. It's not the end of the world. Look, I've got some ideas of my own. You know, I've got some ideas of my own. So we can always, you know, be tricky. If I get my bishop out, my rook to f1, that is a check. Yes, it is. He wants to get his knight to this square as well. I'm perceiving. And how do I stop that plan? Knight here, knight here. How do I stop that? Because I can't really go g3, can I? Well, I could go g3, but it's not what I want to be doing. So any way to stop his knight maneuver to this square, which should be pretty terrible if I allow that there. Do I have to go g3? Okay, I can't see anything else. So you know, when things get desperate, you often have to do desperate things. But look how weak my king is now. It wasn't ever that strong, was it? Let's be honest. But it looks incredibly weak now. Check. Okay, and I just can't quite coordinate my pieces. So, I'm trying to give myself somewhere to run away to. But my pieces aren't quite working. I've got this one knight. So, okay, so if he takes, queen takes, this guy here is on. Well, I have to try this, but I think my opponent is obviously getting on top of things here, and I think he's got mate, knight here, king here, queen g3. Yeah, tricked in the opening there. Well, look, that was quite funny. As soon as I was saying you should probably unsettle things at an early stage, I lost about 2 moves later. Typical. Okay, we'll keep going for a little bit because this Dutch action is getting quite interesting. Now, someone was asking me, what do you do against the London system when you're playing the Dutch? Well, the line I'm playing here is the line that I recommend you play as the Dutch against the London system. That's with g6 and bishop g7. And then I try to put my knight on f7, because the knight on f7 tends to be a very good square in this London system. It defends d6, it prepares g5 and e5. So this is always the maneuver, and you can see why it's quite handy to defend this square. My opponent's playing again very aggressively. He's not wasting time, but I mean, I'd love to now. Maybe he's going to come in here, isn't he? Now, let's just finish my development first. Then my long-term plan is to just get rocking and rolling on this area of the board. So if I go here, what's wrong with that one? That looks like a decent bishop to me. And okay, whatever the result of the game, I've certainly equalised here from the opening. I've got my bishop out. I've got these pawn breaks ready to play. This has got to be a nice position. Okay, well, I'm going to grab that one. And now, is he really going to take this one? Yes, he is. Can we complicate? Does my knight even go back? So if I go here, bishop... Okay, well, I think we'll do this one. This looks sensible. And I just want to move my king and play e5. And then I can start an attack with my knights trying to jump into these squares against my opponent's king. So this is sort of my plan. And structurally, his king side is going to be very weak later on when I get an attack going. So structurally speaking, I should be quite happy. I'm very happy with the way this has gone. You can see this is a good way of playing against a London system when you're playing the Dutch. And obviously I learnt this through pain. Okay, so well, I'm going to move my king here because I think e5 is certainly part of my plan, and I want to be able to then move my pieces. I mean, g5 as well is not ridiculous, because the thing with e5 is it does free up his pieces. So let's go g5 first, keeping the possibility of e5 in the air. Now, do I even go here straight away? Or do I play positionally here and here? Do I play h5? Too many ideas. Well, I think I'm going to do this one, but this is double-edged because I'm opening up his positions. I mean, positionally speaking, if I go f4, I'm going to be playing a piece up, because his bishop on h2 is dead to the world. And again, you can see just how good this is. Well, you know, even the ending, I'm quite happy playing this because I feel my pieces should be very comfortable here. And I'm going to play this move, just trying to kill his bishop, because he's literally, how's he ever going to get that out? I'm going to play h6. you can never bring it out this way. So I'm kind of a piece up here. So strategically, I'm doing well. And again, even if I can win a pawn, I don't want to win a pawn. I want to keep things closed down. And my opponent's probably going to try to get out tactically somehow. And I have to walk into a pin. Yeah, this is the problem piece. You know, without this bishop, he'd be completely lost. But my idea, what's my idea? Well, I want to exchange off all the pieces except for this one. And you may have seen me do this in some of my other blitz games. Just go for exchanges. So, okay, so let's naturally offer the exchange of rooks here. And I want to take one. Okay, he has taken off rooks. I'm very surprised about that. And now I'm just going to step out of this. I've got rook d7 if he tries to come in. The more exchanges my opponent makes, the trickier his position is going to come, because he's a piece down. And this, I just got to swap off everything except for that piece. And hopefully he will allow me to do this, but no, he's not. And of course, I don't want to draw here. My knight's covering all of these squares, so it should be all right. Now, I need to start kicking him away. So, where's his rook going to go? Okay, so he's making, you know, obviously the guy is a good player. He's making life as troublesome as he can. But what is my tactic? I'm trying to swap off all the pieces except for that one piece. And even here, I think I'm going to allow him to win a pawn. I don't mind if he wins a pawn because strategically, I'm a piece up. I'm a piece up. So I've done my strategic aim here. And now I'm a piece up. How is that guy ever going to see the light of day? It's not. So this should, I say, but he's finding all these annoying bloody moves, isn't he? That's why he's a good player. He's finding all these ways to make life difficult. Okay, my king is going to have to come this way, in actual fact. This is much better. I just want to keep this out of the game. I've got two pieces. I need to make them work. Okay, this is the way to do it. And let's use these two pieces. This is the way to do it. And now where does this knight go? So again, I really do. I mean, I could take there, but I don't want to do that. I want to play. Oh, my knight. What have I done with my knight? What a ridiculous square to put my knight. I might have to take this now. Okay. His bishop still can't escape. Oh, what am I doing? Allowed him right. Okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm really messing this up. But it still should be good for me. Of course it should be good for me. Don't allow it to... Oh, what am I doing? It's winning. Why one? Why oh? Oh no! I've got a thing. You're moved in, and I was completely winning there. Ah, it's just the time my king just had to come round. And again, another thing that you see in my game, weakness of my moving too slow. Because in actual fact, that was a nice game. That was a nice game. Everything worked perfectly there. Okay, well look, annoying. As soon as I lose another one, I'm gonna have to call it a day. But not the best blitz session. But it's been a while. I think some of my moves have been all right. I can't necessarily blame it on the way I've been playing, but I can blame it on my slow play. Right, okay. No more Mr. Nice Guy. When I get in a situation like that, I'm just going to have to move. Not try to play the best moves. I'm just going to have to move. And this position here is something I did recently, a YouTube video on the latest advancements. Now I'm setting up a Greek gift, and he's got me angry now. So I'm simply going to try checkmate him now. He's got me angry. So I'm not going to mess about. I'm going to put all my pieces near his king. And I'm going to try and checkmate him. As simple as that. Okay, that's not the best move again. I have to take the knight now, really, because I don't want him going knight b4. Ah, dear. It's annoying when, as soon as you lose a game like that, you sort of, you just well, basically I'm just cussing myself inside at the moment for moving so slowly. Okay, well, I'm not going to checkmate him now. The play seems to be on the other area of the board. My opponent is, what's he trying to do? Swap off all the pieces? We're not too concerned about that, are we? Don't think so. Maybe I can get my knight to g4 and attack with my bishop coming this way. And, well, my bishop's not doing much on g3, so let's just move it around the angles. And, well, I don't know. I mean, he's got me angry here, so I'm tempted to go here and just give him an attack here. But I don't really have much faith in that one. Ah, oh, frustrating finish, that last one. And queen here, queen here. He's going to wriggle his way into my position. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this one. Why not? He doesn't want me to do that. So this pawn here, what am I going to do about this one? Here he moves his knight. And then I can keep control of c5 or rook c1. So this must be the right way to play. I say that, but his knight's coming into b4. I've allowed him too much play on this area of the board. It's a little bit slack to do this. Okay, well, I'd love my knight to be on this square, so I could you know, maybe I should just not worried about the queen side and put my knight here and just gone full guns blazing over on the king side. Over on the king side. Maybe that's what I should have done there. But let's have a look here. So how's it going to go? Well, of course, he should just be taken off the rook here, then knight here, and then I'm going to throw my rook into c6, and I'm going to try to take here and put my queen on f4 coming down here. So I'm trying to just concentrate my forces over there. My king's very safe on h2 always. So you know, this is still must be a preferable position for me. If I get one more move, a3, I kill his knight. You know, if I ever get a chance to go a3, his knight is killed. His knight is killed. So that's what I want to play here. Has my opponent fallen asleep here? Is he thinking, oh, I can beat this guy at any time my clock, 'cause he's so slow? Okay, so I'm going to go a3. And now he's going to go for mass exchanges, yeah? And we're going to get a more positional game. Well, okay, fair enough. Let's do it. Let's go for it. If that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Don't really want to exchange queens off, but I don't see much of an option here. With another ending, which, okay, he found a good plan there. He's found an ending which is, he's not worse, I wouldn't say. Now, my one idea is to go g5 at the right moment, f4, g5, and try to get a passed Harry pawn. A passed Harry pawn is a good pawn. So let's first of all just try to ensure things are okay here. Now, I've given up this square. I want to get my knight to this square, don't I? Knight to c3. So knight to c3 will force his king away. So this is the first thing doing. I might be able to win that pawn as well. So I'm going to get my knight to that square. And his knight is then going to come in here, though. So let's continue with my other plan and see how this turns out. Now, of course, his knight is coming in. I realize this, as we're saying. But how is Harry? How quick is Harry? This is what it is. Is Harry quick enough, or is Harry quick? So, again, I don't want to lose this on time. Okay, so do we kill this one? Do we kill this? We kill his bishop first, yes. We kill his bishop first. His bishop can't move. I need to get my knight to this square, and then I'm doing well. So we've got to get our pieces to the squares they need to go. And this is, again, winning for me. Completely winning. Again, strategically winning. Everything is winning. I just need... Okay, he's resigned. At last, some revenge. And that was actually, again, another strategically quite well played game there. As long as I don't get in this time trouble and stuff, it's okay. And I don't know if my opponent wants to play anymore. Okay, we've got a different opponent now. Like I said, as soon as I lose another one, we'll call it game over. Now, I have to say, recently in my tournament chess, I've been going back to the French defense, but I do now play it with this variation, knight to f6, the classical, which I didn't used to play as much. And I think this is the way forwards to play. Now, knight takes is a really boring line. Lots of pieces get exchanged, but if you're black, you can't complain if you equalise, can you? And this is a bit like a Caro-Kann now, but my opponent doesn't really have enough pieces to cause me any trouble. And I'm, this position, I could take this knight, but I'm just going to play for c5 in my play over on the queen side. It's quite hard for him to move his g-pawn because my bishop is so strong. So he's trying to come in here. Now, I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to grab that pawn. Sometimes you just have to show no fear, and that is the case here. I'm just going to grab that pawn, put it in his pipe, and let's just do this to keep his knight pinned. I mean, why not? Why not grab pawn? I'd be a bit more careful about grabbing his g-pawn, because, of course, if I grab his g-pawn, that means he gets an open g-file. But I don't know, just a weird position. Very double-edged, because maybe the pawn's not so important with opposite side castling. Okay, but the more pieces I exchange, the easier my position comes. And, well, I think now this is good for me. I can't see how he's really going to attack me now he's lost his knight. So, hence why he's trying to do some other tactic in the centre here. And that was a good move he played. And I can't go queen takes because of this check, so I'm forced to play this. So my extra pawn now is not so great, but it's still an extra pawn. And he's being a tricky little guy, isn't he? He's a tricky little guy, this one. Okay, we can do tricky as well, because now he's got g4, g5 as a way. But my knight wants to. Okay, let's do it. Let's travel through with the knight. And if queen b3, I have c4. So, and if here I want to play h5, but I've allowed him to get a little bit more than. Oh my words! Complete. Can you see that? Wow! Oh my words! That was a complete hallucination there. Unbelievable hallucination on my part there. Just doing that. Very bad play. And now it's pretty awful, isn't it? Oh my words, that was terrible, Simon. And now I'm getting mated all over the shop and everything. Oh dear, that was so bad. How did I just miss that? Well, can't be blundering like that too often. I might have to play one more because of that one. Because, well, I mean, I think I can sort of safely resign here. Oh dear, kick here. It was kicking myself for moves like that. I'll play a couple more moves, but that was disgusting play. And obviously I'm getting mated here as well as everything else. So, okay, we're playing till we lose one more. I mean, I think I'll resign if he plays queen there check, or even rook check. Any check, we can resign. Queen here check. Okay, this check is good. I'll say resign. What's he doing with that one then? Well, okay, I'll try to. Well, you know, my position's desperate anyway, so I might as well see if he's got a mate here. He's got this one here, and he's got this one. If here, this one, he has got a mate. Well, that was very bad, wasn't it? Okay, definitely. Until I lose another game, I'll play. Not, you know, that was just silly. I just, you know, he to all his credit, you know, credit's due. He made that very tricky for me. We're going to get a run now. We're going to get a run of games. So, one of my favourite lines, this. And, well, I guess that's playable. I haven't really looked at this too much myself. I suppose his idea is to come in here. Maybe I can play knight e2 and try to trap his knight with f3. This looks normal. F3 does threaten to win that guy there. This looks like a good answer. What's he going to do about that? What's his idea? Okay, he's got a check. Not too scared. Not too scared about his check there. It looks like he's losing a piece to me. Not a very successful opening experiment from my opponent there. So takes. I'm just going to take his knight. Still a little bit murky, but it is a piece at the end of the day. And he's also giving me a little bit of a time edge here as well. So who am I playing? I'm playing an Italian guy. Is that Mexico? Sorry. Julio Cesar Diaz Rosas. by looks of it. And okay, let's keep thinking. Don't want to re-blunder. And he's got a couple of pawns for it, hasn't he? I mean, I could, if he takes on this square, even go queen head check and swap off queens, but that'd be a little bit wet. I mean, that's not a bad idea. This bishop check, bishop here, might help him develop. Let's play for more. Okay, this is a better way to exchange queens, because then my knight comes to a very good square. So this is a much better way to exchange queens. And now I think I'll go for the normal way you aim to win these positions, by making exchanges when you material up. It seems very natural. So do I want to do that? Maybe I don't want to give him the bishop pair. Yeah, so I won't do that. Let's just keep things as controlled. I can always take this knight, so I shouldn't be rushing into playing that. And he's only got one pawn for the piece now, and now I can take it. So I keep my e5 pawn under control. And really, this is probably a good time for him to throw in the towel. But famous last words when you're playing me, as you can see. I just don't. I mean, he's not up on time either. So I would recommend he threw in the towel. But okay, he wants to play on. He can do that, I suppose. And come on, if you're going to play on, you might as well play quickly, so when we get to another game. Quickly. There's no point playing on slowly, is there? Play quickly. And well, you know, this move. Look at my knights. Lovely knights. Lovely knights controlling the board. And I say that and only walking into a pin. No, this is good. Whoa. Okay. He's making it a little bit more tricky than I've wanted again. Still, maybe I chalked this one up a little bit too early. Well, okay, I'm not too worried. He can win a pawn back if he wants to, because I'll get that one. It's all looking good in the hood. Everything's under control. Don't worry. Don't panic, Simon. Everything's under control here. Let's just control c5 and try to exchange off here. I'm going to comment on this one. I mean, it's not one I'm going to... Only way I can mess this is up by some horrendous blunder. Tempting fate, maybe. But let's try to avoid doing horrendous blunder, shall we? Okay, now he wants to play here. Let's just move that one in. And he's very down on time as well. Oh, have I given him a piece back? Oh, that's very generous of me, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's only a piece. Okay, he's so short of time. I mean, it doesn't make too much difference, I don't think. Why is he moving so slow? Come on, move quicker. Oh, he may even be better here, yeah? But he's so slow. Come on, man, move. If you're going to play quick. Let's just keep annoying him. Da 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 da. I bet he offers a draw. He's the kind of guy who might. Come on. Okay, let's just get that one out of the way. And right, well, I think we will play e6 again. Hopefully, I'm going to go for this one. We had a couple of Dutches later on, so I'm going to go for the English defense here. I always prefer this opening a lot for black when they play e4, because you get more interesting positions. Now I can transpose into quite a decent Dutch. I've done this before in numerous games, and this is a good Dutch because I got my bishop on this lovely diagonal, which you're not often able to do. My next plan, I think I'm going to put my knight on this square. That looks okay because he's got his double pawns. I can start to attack. This is a bit like a Nimzo Indian. And d5 is often a move you watch out for in the Dutch, but it's not as strong for white when you have a pawn on d6. Or on d7 even. Now I think I could go here, but then he allows his knight in, so let's just avoid that one. Rook e8 for now. And I'm seriously going to be wanting to take that pawn, I think, when I can free up my pieces. So yeah, why not? Let's take the pawn. Let's take the pawn. I need to free up my bits here. My bishop wants to come down here, and in the process, if I can pick up a pawn, we will do. Ah, he's starting this attack. Ah, that's something which okay, bishop here, take, no, that's not working. Here, check here. That's nasty. Where did that come from? That was a very vicious idea of my opponent, which I sort of allowed him to do again. So, silly to walk into this idea. Here, check. It's going to be mate next move. Here, takes. Very nasty idea. D6, check, king here, queen here. That was knight g5 was just something I missed. Totally missed that one. Ah, dear. How do I defend? Here takes, here takes. Oh my words. How do I defend this? Really, really not good, Simon. Wow, here takes, okay, I mean, no, that just, here, it just looks horrible for me. Okay, maybe I have to play this one. I have to give myself the f8 square, but that does not look good with his queen coming in. It's not what I wanted. Certainly not. But I have to at least block out this bishop so I can move my king here. Yeah. Another oversight. His little blunders mean big things. Okay, so maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad. Still equal material. And, well, I'm surprised he's done a move like that. Has he got some horrible tactic I'm missing? Or is he trying to swing his rook around? Well, this looks like a way for me to try and rearrange my pieces somehow. I'm going to get my queen here, don't I? Don't fall for any tactics. This is where I want my queen. I put my rook here to stop bishop f5 as well, but I want to start my own counterplay over here. Murky position. My opponent, of course, is aiming to fight against my plan there. And, well, bring another piece over. Might help me at some point. And now he comes in. Yes, yes, yes. Well, I need to swap off some of his pieces. Obviously, I'm really a little bit scared. Well, I'm quite scared here because he's got so many bits around my king. I just wouldn't be surprised if he had some big knockout. But now I've got rid of at least his knight. That does fill me with a little bit more confidence here. And I just want to get a piece to g4 and try to get rid of this. You know, if I can get rid of his queen, I'm going to a massive sigh of relief. But of course, he keeps coming at me. This guy, he keeps coming at me, and of course he should do. Of course, he should keep coming at me, and he's got this one coming in. That's a nice move he just came up with, and that could be curtains for me. Unfortunately. Nice tactic from my opponent. Okay, well, there you go. I'm going to leave it at that. Not a particularly great session, but I haven't played for a while, so it's nice to be back playing a bit of blitz there. Thought I'd share that with you. And yeah, I'll be back again after my break from America. So thank you for tuning in. Cheers, and I'll catch you later. Bye.